Alright, guys, so this is going to be what if Naruto had calamity powers part 2. So, without further ado, let's just skip straight into the intro. Peace. Alright, guys, so this part of the what if is going to start off with them inside training ground 7 when Naruto reveals that the real test was teamwork, and Kakashi says, now you really have to take the bells, basically. So he's saying, now that you ruined the test, you have to actually take the bells to pass. So now Naruto just reveals his Rinne Sharingan, and Kakashi's like, what is that? That looks like a 9 Tomoe Sharingan with lines. What? And Kakashi is just totally surprised. But then Naruto is just like, almighty pull. Pulls the bells off Kakashi's waist and brings them into his hands. And basically, that's just how easy it was for Naruto. And he just passes the bells to his teammates, being like, here you go, guys, I'll just repeat the academy. So, basically, that happens. And Hiruzen actually knows what the Rinne Sharingan is. Because in this timeline, guess what? Minato explained his entire backstory to Hiruzen before he died. Basically, Hiruzen knows about it, so he's told Naruto about the Rinne Sharingan and its abilities. So basically, he kind of knows about it, right? So Naruto is doing math, and he just does that. And then we're going to skip over to the D-rank missions. So they're doing D-rank missions for about a week. And then Naruto's like, old man Hiruzen, give us a harder mission. You know I can do it. And Hiruzen's like, Naruto, I know. Fine. I'll give you this A-rank mission. And Kakashi's like, Hiruzen, because he doesn't know how powerful Naruto is. But Hiruzen does. And in this timeline, it's the Tazuna mission. So Tazuna actually doesn't lie about the mission's rank. It is an A-rank mission. So they will get paid accordingly, either way. So basically, Naruto would be like, oh yeah, old man, thanks. And then they would basically be off. The next day, Tazuna would walk in after Hiruzen called him, and he would walk in all drunk, and he'd be like, hey, look at this kid with the white skin and the pale in the eyes of just some weird creature. Talking about Naruto. How he's looking weird. And then Naruto would open up his third eye with the Rinne Sharingan and be like, giving him the death glare. And he would just say, nothing. So he would have mumbled that. So basically that would happen. And then we basically skip over to the next day. So, the next day when they meet Tazuna, sorry, I had to yawn. When they meet Tazuna at the village gates, he would be like, oh yeah, sorry about yesterday, I was kinda not sober. And they would be like, oh, look at this dude. And they would basically just shrug it off and say, it's whatever. So then they would be walking for a while until they encounter the two demon brothers. And this would go a little different, not too bad different than it would in the canon. So basically, sorry about that, I had to go do something. So basically, Naruto would basically, like, absolutely smack the demon brothers around. Like, bro is not playing no games. Kakashi didn't even have time to supposedly die. So, he would just absolutely smack their heads together and chain them up with their own chain. So, then Kakashi would be, like, interrogating them, and it actually wouldn't work. So Naruto would cast a really powerful genjutsu and say, tell me what you know, in there, like, really scare them. And they would be like, we got sent by this guy Gato. And they would basically spill their guts, and they would question Tajna. Like, no, they wouldn't. I forgot this, he didn't lie about it. So they would question them, and they would tell them about, like, more about Gato than they already knew from the missing description, because he didn't lie. So basically, Naruto would be like, okay. And then they would basically call in some Anbu to basically get them. But before they could, Haku came. Sorry about that, it's like thundering right now, if you heard that. But like, they would basically come get them, but before they could, Haku would get there. And she would basically kill the two demon brothers, leaving no trace of her Senbon or anything, or his Senbon or anything. My bad, I always forget that. And he would basically leave no trace of his Senbon or anything, and he would leave. And the Anbu would get there, and they wouldn't see him at all, or them at all. And then we would skip to basically when they would see or hear rustling in the leaves. And they would realize that it's just a white rabbit. Then they would think, what's a white rabbit doing here in this region? And they would just shrug it off as pure coincidence. Oh my gosh, it is coming a flood, dude. Golly. Like, it's thundering and lightning and all that. Way too much. But, basically, so we would basically just see them, or Naruto scream, duck! As they will all duck. And except for Naruto, he would just go tilt his head down and put his hand up and catch the blade, spinning it around and throwing it back. And basically, this would be like an aura farming moment, not gonna lie, for my man. Like, he is absolutely aura farming on Zabuza right here. And Zabuza would be like, oh my gosh, that was super fast. How did that kid just throw it back that fast? Don't say it. Don't be weird. Okay, guys, my power, a big lightning strike just happened and my power just flickered for a second. Hold on. Like, I'm sitting here recording this when the power's going out, like, dang. But, we would then see Zabuza hop down from a tree after he had barely caught his blade. And we would see Naruto say, Zabuza, the demon of the mist. Or Kakashi say that, my bad. Not Naruto. And he would say, and Zabuza would say, Kakashi of the Sharingan. The copy ninja. And as they would say, you guys know each other? In a sense, yes, they would say. And Naruto would say, Kakashi, I got him. As Naruto would activate his Rinne Sharingan and say, Almighty Pull. And then he would basically put his fist up and punch Zabuza as he says, Almighty Push. As soon as he punches him. But Zabuza basically gets sent flying super far away by this. And then we see them just all getting into a battle stance around what am I saying? What's his name? Tazuna. Trying to protect him. And then it would go the same as the original. They would almost knock him out and kill him until Haku would get there. And he would be like, I am a hunter nin from a neighboring continent, or a neighboring nation. I've been looking for him. Let me take him with me. And they would basically just be like, okay, and move on. So then they would literally go like, they would just move on to the bridge. And then, so as they do that, they encounter Gato when they get to the bridge. And they would basically take down all of his assassins and him until Haku and them would come back. Haku and Zabuza. They would be like, I knew it. As they had talked about this, Hunter Nin are supposed to burn the bodies on the spot, so they'd start walking faster. This is a, flashback. So basically, they would walk super fast to the bridge, but then Gato would be waiting with Haku and Zabuza in the very back of the front of the lines. They would take down all of the... Excuse me, sorry. I had to yawn. And they would take down all of the assassins and Hunter Nin, or not Hunter Nin, but assassins. And they would basically meet Zabuza and Haku. So Sasuke and Naruto would be extremely close, right? They would be best friends. Sakura's just the useless trash bag as always. But enough about that. So basically, they would be trapped, or not yet. They would be fighting Haku until Naruto would basically be pushed by Sasuke, and he would see an ice mirror jutsu come out, and he would think Sasuke should be fine, so he would go help Kakashi for a minute until he stopped sensing, Sasuke's chakra got super low, deathly almost, kind of low, and he would be like, and this is when I'm going to create something of my own that hasn't been discussed before, at least as far to my knowledge as I can think. I'm thinking of the Rinne Mangekyo Sharingan. And basically what this is it's the Rinne Sharingan, but with a Mangekyo in the middle. And he's gonna have the eternal one, because he's an Otsutsuki, basically. So he's not gonna have the eternal one, but it's basically gonna be like that. He's not gonna go blind. because he's an Otsutsuki. So basically, he would get that, and he would basically have access, or he would just have all of the Mangekyo abilities already, but still, it would just be awesome to have. And it would just up the power of all his abilities and up his reaction speed. So basically, Haku would be pulled from the mirrors by Naruto out of the jutsu, cracking it with a hole inside of it. As he would slam Haku up and down, as he had created a mud wall kind of thing from an earth style jutsu, and he had created it above Haku. So he had just been slamming her with almighty push and almighty pull, up and down, up and down, up and down, to the ground, to the roof, to the ground, to the roof, over and over and over and over and over, until he was basically dead, to where he could barely move. And Zabuza would be about to get stabbed at this point, when something would awaken in Haku, and he would rush faster than he was in the ice mirrors at Zabuza, as they would both die from the Chidori. And Naruto would be like, "That's a cool lightning style, let me do it." And he would basically just do the Chidori first try. So, that's another jutsu Naruto has. And not to mention, he has the 10 tails, which in this timeline has a personality. So he's like super OP. And he's like basically best friends with the 10 tails at this point. So he can use probably like 8 tails. 8 tails of the 10 tails power. That's actually crazy. I'm not gonna change it. It's not changing. So basically, sorry about that, I had to yawn again. So Naruto would be done with the mission, and they would be walking back. So, sorry about that pause, I was thinking. So they would basically be back at the village, right? And so now we get straight into the tuning exams. So I'm only gonna cover like the first exam in this timeline. So like basically, Hiruzen would call Team 7 up to their office, up to his office, and say, Kakashi, you think your team's ready for the tuning exams? And Kakashi to be like, I mean, yeah, but Naruto's ready to be a Jonin, so what are we yapping about here? Just promote the team to a Jonin team already. And he'd be like, okay, if they get past the preliminaries, I will promote them to Jonin. And so we're gonna get into the tuning exams. So basically how this is gonna go is Naruto, everything goes same as canon, with the written test and everything, until we get to the Forest of Death. So that little encounter at the beginning would still happen. And so basically, sorry if you hear some background noise. So basically, what would happen is they would basically find, let's say, I don't know, some random background team. Their names are Chara, John, and Sign, because that's just some random names I came up with. So then, oh wait, I'm out of time for this what if, so peace.